Coogan. Mayor, how are you this week?
Doing well, Keith. How's it going?
I'm doing well as well. I want actually want to start with the construction of the new diamond. It's been on the minds of a lot of people. I actually had the opportunity this week to speak with the superintendent director at Diamond for an update, Brian Bentley, and mainly about how things were delayed. And he mentioned the fact that supply chain issues and inflation has impacted what they want to do with the school. They've had to make some changes in their plans. um, they're not going to be able to do as much as they want because, again, the costs are going up high. But they made a point to he made a point to note that the four communities, including Fall River, that are going to be contributing to the construction will not see any increase based on increased costs. They will keep at their original level of between 242 and 293 million dollars. That was what was brought up when the communities approved paying for a new diamond. What does that mean in terms of how the city can plan for paying for this moving forward? I guess you've got some certainty now, right?
Well, we have some certainty in a very, very large bill. Obviously, when Diamond was first proposed, I wanted to go to the voters, as we did with Durfee, but the city council thought better of it and decided to go a different way. So we'll be working with them on ways to fund this proposal coming down the road. I think it's going to be around $6 million a year. Um, so they have told us that they're going to stay on a hard cap and it will be no more than that. But again, that's going to be a tremendous knock to the budget because that's a lot of money coupled with the Durfee debt exclusion. So people should just be aware of that. I mean, the neighboring communities, they're not in any kind of financial position um, as as tough as we are on Diamond. I mean, we're 75% of the bill. They're all those other three communities cut up the other 25%. So we're in another world compared to them, and we just want to make sure that the kids get the school they deserve, and we do it with the least impact on the taxpayers.
And I believe the first installment will actually come this coming fiscal year in fiscal year 2024. Do you know what that number is? But I
I
remember
think
hearing
that's an
that
interest. I
down the
think,
line it's going to be a lot higher, like over six
yeah, it's
million
an
dollars.
interest. It's an interest payment in 2024 of like $800,000, I believe. I'm not holding to that number, but I believe that's what I saw. And then it'll be another step up, and then it'll be the full amount, maybe like after maybe 26, 25, 26.
Yeah, and I know they're still hoping to. There's going to be a little bit of a delay in construction because, again, trying to get a lot of this material has been an issue, and they have to change their plans a little bit. But it's still going to be a fantastic school for Fall River and for the other three communities, and it's something I know you're pleased to support. But that bill comes along with it, right?
Right. No, it's going to be a great school. I mean, it's a great school right now. It's just, going forward, how do we pay for it? But I've been a little more engaged with the plans and the outlook going forward, and we're going to try to keep our eye on it and work with the building committee at Diamond. They got a good crew up there, and see if we can get this thing resolved and get it going.
A focus of your administration since you've been in office has been trying to get the word out in terms of events in Fall River, not only what the events are, but also helping organizations in the city and those from outside the organization city to hold events in Fall River. And a story this week in the Fall River Herald News mentioned Samantha Barboza, who's coming on board, who will be that coordinator, if you will, to help promote events in the city, but also be that connection between organizations in Fall River that want to run events and how to get those events accomplished. And how will this impact tourism?
Well, again, the direct impact on tourism will be the people coming to the events. What Samantha's role is going to be is making sure that the events come off with minimal interruption to the residents and minimal interruption to the people that put the events on. They want to make sure they have all the pieces in place. I mean, she comes to us with a wealth of experience in event planning, which is a very, very specific science. Police, streets, DCM, water, bathrooms. You can't just, I mean, a lot of times it's really funny because people come in and say, well, I want to do something for the youth. And okay, well, what do you want to do? And then they tell you their idea, and then they walk away and say, well, the city didn't help me. And we're like, listen, this is expensive. This has insurance um, connections or insurance issues that have to be resolved, and we want to help you, but we also want you to come with a plan and some kind of financial backing. What Samantha's going to do is walk people through these events. She's already started picking up these summer concerts with the Narrows. She's working on the We Love Fall River Festival. She's got a number of things that are already on her plate, and we know she can handle it. And again, it was something Elena was doing. Um, as she bounced between a couple of roles. So going forward, we think we'd like to have some clear defined lanes so that people know exactly what they're doing. When people want to talk about an event, they know who to call. They know what kind of service they're going to get. So we're just trying to tighten things up so that we can get things on par with where we should have them.
And speaking of Elena, it's Elena Pavid, who's been in your office for quite some time now. She works on special projects and also interacted with the media from time to time and sending out publications and press releases. I understand she'll be leaving your office pretty soon. I know she did a great job for you. And what'll be next for that position?
Well, we're going to definitely miss her. There's no doubt about that. She's done a great job for the city, and I'm sure she's going to be around shortly. But she's just not going to be back in this office. She's got other ideas, and I dealt with young people my whole life, so I know how that works. You gotta make sure people are comfortable in their own skin, and I think she'll find her niche as she heads out into the real world. I mean, she's going to be back this summer. I hope she helps me with some other things, but she wants to do a little traveling, a little exploration of what educationally down the road might offer for her, but that's we'll do whatever we can to support her, whether she's here or just outside of here as a friend. So I wish her nothing but the best. But we did have an intern last year that was in here, another Fall River girl that did work very closely with myself and Elena to know a little bit about the role, and taking that events piece off of it will also allow her to focus on some of Elena's other jobs. And again, I'm hoping it's as seamless as we can make it. But there'll be obviously some hiccups. She's going to be a big loss, but we wish her nothing but the best.
And who is this new individual who'll be starting soon?
The girl's name is Olivia Pixoto. She just recently, I guess this week or next week, she's graduating from Endicott. Again, she did this job with us all last summer and was like Elena's shadow. And so she knows kind of what goes on up here. So she's not unfamiliar with the territory and the city, which is what we look for. And she'll take us through a difficult time, and we'll keep things going.
All right. Mayor Paul Coogan, as always, thank you for your time. We'll talk again next week. Take care.
Okay, Keith. Thanks.